This is Vikki with Mindful Minute, and today's reading from the Book of Awakening by Mark Nepo, July 27th. It's called Allowing Pain In. I am becoming water. I let everything rinse its grief in me and reflect as much light as I can. Another paradox I continually struggle with is how to let others in without becoming them. How to open the door of compassion without the things and people we feel for overpowering us. It goes as far back as Jesus and Buddha, and the miracle of such spirits is that they show us that there is some basic, clear element in each of us, like water, which can glow without a name, which can allow the pain and grief of others in without turning us into just pain and grief. Many traditions speak to this. We call it love when we do this for another, and compassion when we hold this intention for all living things. The Tibetan Buddhist tradition has a meditation practice called Tonglen that asks us to breathe in the suffering of the world, hold it in that unbreakable place of compassion, and then to breathe back light. The beauty of such a practice is that it assumes and affirms that there is something timeless and indestructible within each of us that can heal us and the world if we can just open ourselves to it. And the meditation activities are: sit quietly until you feel centered. Breathe steadily and bring to mind and heart the pain of someone dear to you. Breathe deeply, inhaling their pain to that center of compassion we all carry. When you feel the pain, you have transformed some part of it. Now exhale light. And I do a lot of work around compassion and around boundaries, which he talks about both of those. How do we let others in without becoming them, without taking on their pain? And that's something I struggled with for many, many years, until I got to the point where I learned where I ended and where other people started, and how I could be compassionate without being codependent. And it took a lot of practice, and sometimes I still go backwards, and sometimes I still feel the pain of someone else, because I am caring and loving, and that's who I am. And if that's who you are, that's okay. When it takes you down is when it becomes problematic, and sometimes it just does. And it refers to the Tonglen, and I've also done some practices that Kristen Neff is a practitioner of loving kindness. There's a lot of them that are practitioners of loving kindness, and those meditations mean so much to me, and they help me get out of my mind, because the idea of meditation for me isn't necessarily to not think, but maybe it's just to open my heart. And maybe not thinking, obviously, is a good thing, because we can obsess. But thinking of others and taking out the ego and myself usually smooths things out and ends up healing me, ends up being healing to me. So I think we all need a little bit of this breathing in suffering and breathing out the light. And I hope that you guys are able to take a few minutes and do that, and breathe in the suffering of your community, and breathe out the light and the compassion of your heart, because we all have it in there. We all have it in there. It's in everybody. And if Care Bear share. So that's all I can think about. If we all let the light shine out of us, love is going to shine everywhere. So that's all I have. Have a wonderful day, and I will hopefully be back tomorrow. Be well, be safe, be kind to yourself and others.